Tonight's video, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the menu bar. In our first video, we addressed the fact the menu bar is the top bar of the screen and it changes based on the application you're in. The menu bar is going to be very consistent across applications. There will be some variations because not every application has the same capabilities, but you will find things in the same places, generally speaking. So first things first, the Apple logo, that's where you can get information about this Mac, to know what operating system you're running, your serial number, the model number. System settings gets you in where you can make changes that affect the entire computer, like changing your Wi-Fi, turning Bluetooth on and off, network settings, VPN if you're using that, etc. You're also going to have a shortcut into the App Store to run updates. In this situation, I have 2 updates to run. I will get to those later. You also have Force Quit. That's the equivalent of Task Manager and End Task in the Windows world. The Apple also gives you sleep, restart, shut down, lock the screen if you're walking away from the computer and don't want someone else to get into it, or log out of your account. After the Apple logo will always be the name of the application the computer is focused on. Under this setting, you're going to find things like About the application. That's going to give you things like the version that you're running. This could come in handy if you're troubleshooting and maybe a software you want to install says you have to be running version number such and such to do it. This is a way that you would check for that. You'd also have things like settings, which are going to be settings for the application you're looking at. And if you're using something more like Safari, messages, mail, this is also where you'd get your quit option. So if I bring up Safari, come up to the menu bar and click Safari, I've got my About, I've got settings, and then as I mentioned, there's the quit option. So I'm going to go ahead and quit in this case. Next up is always File. File's where you're going to look if you want to get a new window, a new something related to that application. What you see in here might vary depending on the application you're in, but think of File for things like new windows. Edit, that's always going to be your undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, select all, things like autofill for contact information or passwords. And then view could change the view for the application you're in. So for example, if I bring up a Finder window from my dock and I come over here to view, I can choose to look at my items as icons, a list, columns. I can choose how things are sorted, date last opened, or sort by name. I can also say, show the tab bar. So if I have more than one tab open. Or, one of my favorite things, customize toolbar. Just about every application on your Mac is going to have a customized toolbar option. And that's going to let you change the toolbar from showing just these little icons to icon and text if you prefer. This way you know exactly what that little icon does. You can remove things. So maybe you never want to use that group feature. You can drag it off. If you want it back, you can always drag it back up. You can move it around into different places. And if you go a little crazy and you're having a buyer's remorse moment, you can always take the default set and drag it up in the toolbar to get it back to how Apple had it. When you're happy, you click done and you're all set. So in my case, I did change it from icon only to icon and text. So now I have words underneath my icons. Go is not something you're going to see in every application. This is specific to Finder. You can go to the computer. So you see the top level of the computer. I could go into my hard drive. I could go into shared folders through there. You can also get into your applications folder by going to Go and Applications. Window, there's going to be options to minimize, to zoom, to fill, to center, different things related to the actual window that you're bringing up. And then every application has a help feature. So if you click into help, you can do a search. So if I needed help to make a new folder, for example, I start typing new folder, and they start giving me, in the first half of the window, a little pointer to where that lies in the menu bar. Help topics is going to give me more detailed information. So I could click into one of these topics and get step by step. So if I want to say change how folders open in the Finder on Mac, I click on that, and it's going to bring up the Mac user guide on that particular topic I was just looking at. So as you can see, the menu bar is a very helpful tool to get familiar with. And for all of our keyboard shortcut loving people, your keyboard shortcuts are listed next to anything that has a shortcut. So let me bring up a Finder window again, and you can see if I wanted to minimize, it would be the Command key and the letter M. Or if I wanted to center, it would be the Control key and the Function key, as well as the letter C to center. So that's it for this video. There will be more, but hopefully this gets you a little more comfortable with your menu bar and what it offers, regardless of what application you're in.